Good evening, everyone, and pony-ish. Good afternoon. This is another fanfic reading. This one is, of course, about Spike and Starlight Glimmer, and this one's Twilight Sparkle's in it too. And this one is by Henry Seville, called "Friends Are Always There for You," and may or may not have something to do with the song itself. So, let's get this underway. Author's note takes place right after season 5 finale. Makes sense for the song. Thanks to Woodworthy for the edit. Warning, the comic contains spoilers for the story. Okay, ignore that part. Wow, now that was an eventful day, wasn't it, Starlight? Twilight asked, trotting down the hall of the castle alongside Spike and her new student, Starlight Glimmer. There was no response. Starlight was staring silently at the ground. Starlight? Twilight got again. Get the hell out of here. Starlight snubbed out her thoughts and faced her newfound mentor and friend. What? Yeah, it was eventful indeed. She paused for a moment, turning her gaze to the ground again. But it was eventful in the bad meaning of the word. Hey, was it completely bad? You made a lot of new friends, Twilight replied. But before that, we forgive you for what you've done, so you might as well forgive yourself. That season 7 done, Starlight thought, despite the tiny smile on her face. We'll try to find you a house to stay at in Ponyville. Twilight changed the subject. But it's night now, so you'll have to stay here in my castle until we get you a house. There are plenty of rooms here. I mean, Spike are alone, and Spike live alone, so choose whatever room you want. Wait, you're gonna let me sleep in your castle? Do you really trust me that much? Starlight said, stopping her tracks and looking at Alcon with sheer surprise. Twilight stopped trotting and faced Starlight. Well, I just told you I had forgiven you for what you've done. How do you know I won't betray you? Starlight stuttered, still shocked by Twilight's attitude and how she was dealing with the situation as if it was nothing. I'm sorry. You're not my friend, Princess Starlight, that's for sure. But aren't you even a little worried? My room's door is sealed with a magic lock that can only be opened by either me or Spike. Twilight said, smiling jokingly. You know I can teleport, right? A tiny playful smirk crept into Starlight's lips. I mean, that's how I entered your castle in the first place. Well, good luck with that plan, Twilight continued trotting. And yes, I do trust you that much. Starlight's jaw dropped. She closed her eyes, smiled, and chuckled. Looks like friendship is magic indeed, she thought, trotting after Twilight. Starlight didn't even choose the room. Forgotten the first one Twilight showed her, Starlight said simply, Yes, this one. Into the room and slumped on the bed, facing Twilight with her back. Twilight blinked in confusion. Do you want anything? Are the pillows comfortable? Do you want to have dinner? Starlight sighed sadly, not turning to face Twilight. I'm fine. I just need to sleep. Are you sure there's nothing wrong? There was no reply. Twilight knew Starlight couldn't be asleep that fast, but she took her silence as a polite leave me alone for now. So she closed the door and headed to her own room. After wearing her pajamas and sleeping hat, which is odd, because they don't usually wear pajamas or hats, Twilight lay in her bed, staring at the ceiling. She wants a normal Spike, she said. Yeah, definitely, Spike replied, preparing his small bed for sleep. What do you think her problem is? I don't know. But I think traveling through time to take revenge on the princess that almost during all questioning process didn't suddenly become the same princess she had tried to hurt it even seemed her counsel was too much to take in one day. Twilight widened her eyes, taken aback by the huge reply. Wow! Well, when you put it that way, it does seem like too much to take in one day. It is too much. Also, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked. Do you really trust her that much? Twilight chuckled. Spike, her asking me how do I know she won't betray me was the biggest proof that she won't. Besides, what can she do? She doesn't have Star Sword's best spell anymore. What can she do? What else can she do? Enter my room, see my cutie mark, and run? I doubt she'll be able to run for too long with the cutie mark of a princess flying by her side before we manage to catch her. She paused and shook her head. Spike, please, stop making me worried. I don't want to think about her that way. Okay. But what you said was right. She truly can't do anything bad and get away with it now. But I'm so curious. Why does she seem so sad? I mean, why would she be sad? She has made more friends in one day than she has made during her entire life. Twice stopped mid-sentence, then gasped. She just answered her own question. She sat up in the bed, a wide smile across her face. Yes, that's it, Spike. I know what's wrong with her. I can't believe I took so long to figure it out. Really? What is it? Just sleep, Spike. You need to sleep well because we're waking up early tomorrow. With that, Twice slumped onto her bed and slid under the covers. Spike stared in shock. What? But, but, but... He groaned, burying his face in his pillow. The sunlight of the next day caressed Starlight's eyelids gently, stopping her out of slumber and making her cover her eyes. I should close the curtains before I slept last night, she thought, slipping through from under covers and stretching her limbs. At least I'm sleeping in a castle after I've had to sleep in places I don't want to remember. She chuckled. Now that's a big jump. I mean, how many non-alcoholic poets get to sleep in a cozy bed in a crystal castle? Oh, Starlight. Only one night is and you're already becoming spoiled. She let a little laugh, but her smile quickly faded, and she faced the ground again, trotting towards the door. But it only changed a little. Too little. After trotting through two halls, Starlight realized something. She was alone. That was odd. Was Twilight still asleep? No way. According to what she knew about Twilight, she should have been awake by that time, either reading or having breakfast, unless she had left the house for some reason. Did I oversleep or something? She wondered. Princess Twilight, she called, and the only response was her echo, confirming she was alone. First she lets me sleep in her castle, and now she leaves me inside it alone? Starlight trotting led her to the kitty map's room. She approached the map slowly, but it looked up, seeing something she didn't really care about the last time she had been there. It was the roof of the tree itself of Golden Oak Library. What is with Twilight and trees? She thought. The first house was a tree, then her castle looks like a tree, and now this? After a few seconds of staring, she noticed that the gems attached to the roots weren't ordinary. She surrounded herself with a green magic aura, then floated towards the roots. She grabbed one gem in her foreleg and examined it closely, only to find a picture of Twilight, her friends, and Princess Celestia. Ah, so this tree is like an album for photos? I love the idea. Starlight examined more and more gems, watching Twilight's sweetest moments with her friends. She then paused on one gem that contained a photo of Twilight, her friends, and on about a dozen of other poems from Ponyville. She smiled warmly. Twilight, you're such a lucky bookworm, she thought before a stray tear fell on the gem. I wish I had. She felt a lump forming in her throat, preventing her from even finishing her own thoughts. Suddenly, Starlight heard the castle's gates opening, followed by Twilight's voice calling her. Starlight! Are you awake? Starlight wiped her eyes. Tears flowed back to the ground and galloped down the halls until she reached the gates. There, she saw Twilight and Spike. Princess Twilight, where have you been? Twilight approached Starlight and placed her foreleg around her shoulder. Please, stop calling me Princess. We're friends now, remember? A smile crept into Starlight's face. Okay. As you wish, Twilight. Now, come on. I want you to meet a friend. Twilight said, leaning starting the open gates of the castle. A new friend? Starlight asked. Well, he's a friend, but he's not new. Starlight raised an eyebrow. She, Twilight, and Spike stepped outside the castle. Once her eyes looked at the bright sunlight, Starlight couldn't believe what she was seeing. There, in front of the castle, stood a young unicorn with an orange coat that had a few spots of white, facing the castle with his back. No, she thought, her eyes wide in shock. It can't be. She's here, Twilight said to the stallion. Once she saw the stallion's face, Starlight gaped at him with her mouth open wide. It was him, her lost childhood friend, Sunburst. Starlight? Sunburst said, a wide surprise smiling his face. Is that you? I can't believe it. This morning, out of nowhere, I found Princess Twilight sparkle herself on my doorstep, telling me that someone special was waiting for me at her castle, and I thought it was you. Gosh, look at yourself. You've become so beautiful. Starlight said nothing. She just faced the ground, her eyes hidden in the shade of her mane. Some of her smile faded, and he wore a sad expression. After I left, my parents kept me busy. They always said that I must keep studying magic and blah blah. I barely had any free time. I tried to send you a letter, but the mailman said she couldn't find the address. I went to check on you by myself, but you were already gone. I was too late. He turned his gaze to the ground, hiding the tears that started to form his eyes. I was too late. I thought I would never see you again. I couldn't forget you. The day I tried to find you in our hometown, I couldn't always wanted me. I couldn't forgive myself for losing such a wonderful friend like you. But now, this moment, seeing you again is a dream coming true. A dream I've tried to convince myself that it was impossible to happen for real. Again, Starlight said nothing, but Twilight could see a thin thread of liquid trickling down her cheek. I'm sorry, Starlight, Sunburst continued, this time failing to stop his tears from falling. I didn't meant to leave you alone. Please, forgive me. The next thing Sunburst knew was that he was between Starlight's forelegs. She hugged him tightly, sobbing his shoulder. I forgive you, Starlight exclaimed between her lips. I forgive you. Please, don't leave me again. Sunburst wrapped his forelegs around Starlight and stung her mane. I won't. I promise I'll never leave you again. Spike tried his best not to cry, but he failed. He wiped his tears and hugged Twilight's foreleg. Suddenly, both Twilight and Spike were surrounded with a green magic aura, then directed a group hug created by Starlight. Thank you, Twilight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Starlight shouted happily, squeezing Sunburst, Twilight, and Spike. You're welcome, Twilight said, joking. Just let us breathe. Spike managed to speak. Starlight released them all, smiling sheepishly. Thank you again, Twilight. I can't thank you enough. I'm in your debt forever. I can't believe you traveled all the way to Caroline early in the morning just for me. Of course I did. That's what friends are for. Twilight placed her foreleg on Starlight's shoulder. Remember, Starlight, friends are always there for you. Starlight shared a short embrace with Twilight, then went and stood beside Sunburst. So, wanna hang out? Sunburst invited. Sure, Starlight replied with a wide, blush-filled smile. Let's have a breakfast at Shukiki Corner. What do you say? Yes, let's do it. I'm starving. Twilight sighed happily, watching as the two newly reunited friends trotted away. Do you know, Spike, what makes me happy about being the Prince of Friendship despite all the exhausting duties I have? What? That I always get to witness wonderful moments like this one. Suddenly, Twilight's stomach growled. And that I always get to eat my breakfast in a circle in the castle. With that, Twilight galloped inside the castle, followed by Spike. Yeah, so that was the little Sunburst and Starlight moment. There'll be more to come, so stay tuned. Duh.